and the upload speed doesn't exactly match what they love, they kick us right off the live stream. So, neutral ice. Moore picks it up. It's still 2-0 Snipers. Moore by himself in the middle. Kerrigan and Moore right in the middle. Camlade picks up the loose puck. Pad save from the Sniper tender. Here's Kelly in center ice. Passer now takes it across the blue line. Into the far corner. Cochran in front. Big pad save. And the tender jumps on it. Face off with Graham. Loose puck. Betts tries to get to it. Snipers all over to the near boards in front of the bench. Up through neutral ice. Does the full distance. Cindric is there. Behind his own net. Around the boards to West. West leaves it. Can't get it out of the zone. Loose puck in the neutral zone. Snipers pick it up. Battle around the ref on the far boards. Loose puck. Betts is right there. Snipers are all over this. Behind flag. Betts picks up the loose puck. Tries to get it up through the legs of the ref. They can't get it out of their zone yet. Graham gets dragged down. Betts picks up the loose puck through the neutral zone. Over to West. Back to Betts. Betts with a shot. Gets wide right. Snipers pick it up in the far corner. Snipers chip it ahead. Going the full distance. Cindric and Betts trying to chase it down. Centering pass. There's nobody there. Snipers in the far corner. West is all over it. There's Graham back to West. He gets it over to Judovicic. He's going to have to chase it down as it just chips off. He gets rocked by Reed. No call. That is a full-blown hit. Betts throws it ahead. Judovicic probably a little stunned that he just got rocked. Couldn't find the puck. Snipers with a bit of a move. Betts gets in the middle of it. Gets whistled down at 9:57 of the second period. For anyone just rejoining us, we had a bit of momentary lapse there where YouTube kicked us off because the upload speed didn't exactly jive with what they were feeling. Millick and Helm will come back on with O'Neill, Dillon, and Zhang. 9:57 of the second period. Still 2-0 Snipers. Shots are now almost even at 14-13 for the Snipers. Helm throws it around to Millick in the near corner here. Looking for Dillon ahead of him on the near board. Zhang and Dillon are there. Millick picks up the loose puck ahead to O'Neill. O'Neill to Dillon across the blue line. O'Neill and Dillon going for it. Zhang puts a shot. It actually deflects off Dillon back into the near corner here. Dillon and O'Neill fighting in the near corner. Mateo Peso's long reach is being felt. This little glove save from the Snipers tender at 9:30 of the second period. Luke Harrington will line up against Zhang. Dillon to the right of Zhang here. O'Neill on the left. Millick and Helm on D. Zhang into the near side. Dillon kicks it back to Millick. Millick and Zhang right at the blue line trying to keep it in. A lot of Sniper pressure here all the way back to Millick. He's looking for somebody. Finds Dillon at center ice. Dillon across the blue line magically stays on side with everybody. Centering pass is just outside of the reach of Zhang. Snipers trying to clear it out. Get it out through neutral territory. Helm is right in front of the puck. Helm pushes it into the corner. Harrington's able to recover it behind the net. He's off in the near corner. Zhang is all over the pressure. Pushes down Harrington. Millick comes away with the puck, pushes it across over to Helm. Helm looking deep. Puck gets almost picked off, but Zhang is able to pick it up. Zhang, O'Neill, and Dillon with big shot, glove save from Zhang. Aces will change out. Kerrigan, Camlade, Moore, Shelley, and Cochran are on the ice for the Aces. Camlade will line up for this. 8:38 left in the second period. Still 2-0 Snipers. Shots are now in favor of the Aces, but no real amazing scoring chances. Camlade throws it off to the far boards. Kerrigan is fighting with a sniper, and they come away with it. Loose puck through center ice. Shelley gets it. Looking for somebody. Pass gets tipped by McPhail. Cochran picks it up on the far boards there, bouncing it around. It gets out of the zone. Kerrigan gets it. He's able to throw it ahead, but Moore's way offside. Aces have to regroup. Snipers now have control coming through their own zone. Gets picked off by Moore. Got a 2-on-0 with Moore and Camlade. Big post check from the tender to avoid getting scored on by Jack Moore. Cochran then post checks the puck away, and they're going to come back the other way. Cochran, the centering pass. Moore trying to get a shot off. Snipers all over it again. Tons of traffic in front of that sniper goalie. Shelley now deep in his own end. Looking ahead to Camlade. Camlade tips it ahead, getting in deep. Snipers in their far corner there. Look to get it out of their own zone. West has come on in place of Camlade. Udovicic. Here comes Cochran across the blue line, right down the middle. Shot gets tipped away. Udovicic is able to chip it in deep. The Snipers find it. Kerrigan lays the kid out. So that was Graham. I saw the purple helmet, but it's actually Graham. It's going to get a penalty at 7:12 of the second period. And the Snipers will be on the power play again. Penalty kill unit will be Dylan, O'Neill, Betts, and Cindric. Graham getting a bit of a chat from the coach. Now the ref's getting a chat with the coach. The refs have decided to toss Graham from the game. And so he'll get a 5-minute penalty on the board. Graham is out. There's also a 2-minute penalty to the Snipers being leveled. So West will serve the penalty for Graham. Graham's out of the game. Snipers have a guy in the box for 2 minutes. And we will be 4-on-4. Zhang, Moore, Betts, and Cindric out there to start this 4-on-4. Cindric throws it in deep. It goes all the way around behind the tender. Moore is right there to pressure it. Here's Zhang and Moore on the near boards, battling with a couple of Snipers into the corner. Gets thrown around behind the net. Cindric is there to keep it in. Cindric dumps it over to Moore. Moore with a shot. Gets deflected high into the glass. Zhang picks it up in the near corner. Zhang looking cross ice. It gets tipped. Cindric finds it in neutral zone. Gets tipped away from him. Yard sale from the Sniper. Shouldn't be a penalty. He just kind of fell over. Betts fell over top of him. The loose puck gets picked up by Zhang. He brings it through center ice. Zhang by himself across the blue line. Shot gets deflected into the far corner. Loose puck gets up to Cindric. He dumps it back deep again to Moore. Moore's got a little space. Over to Zhang. Pass couldn't get capitalized on. Pushed off into the near corner. Betts pinches in to get it. Going to create a bit of a turnover here. Everybody's racing back to help Cindric. Cindric gets in front of it. Gets tipped away by Betts. Great defense. 6 minutes left in the second period. Long pass to Dylan. Dylan all by himself out here. Shot. Big save. Rebound gets thrown into the far corner. 41 seconds left in the penalty. The Snipers. O'Neill and Dylan, Millick and Helm are on the ice for the Aces. 32 seconds left in the initial penalty. The Snipers, 3.5 minutes left. The penalty that West is serving in place of Graham. 5:35 in the period. O'Neill gets in front of the pass. Loose puck through neutral zone. O'Neill gets across the blue line. 2-on-1 with Dylan. Shot. Big deflection. Can they get another one? Puck goes into the near corner. Snipers pick it up. Snipers behind their own net. Aces haven't been able to solve this tender. Made some huge stops. 3 minutes left in the major to Graham. And the penalty of the Snipers is over. O'Neill tries to pick up the... Dylan loses his stick. Helm has to race back. He's got a bit of a 2-on-1 that's formed against him. Tips it. Big pad save from Flegg. 2:45 left in the penalty to Graham. Helm chips it out of his own zone. The long arm of Mateo Peso picks it up in the neutral zone. And Neal picks up the loose puck and is able to clear it. O'Neill and Dylan trying to get off the ice to get some fresh legs out there. Kerrigan and Camlade race onto the... And Helm gets in front of the puck. Big chance from the middle. Snipers can't get anything happening. Right into the arms of Flegg. 2:20 left in the penalty to Graham. Cochran and Shelley are going to come on to relieve the legs of Helm and Millick. 4:32 in the second period. Remains 2-0 Snipers of those early 2 goals on the power play. Harrington with the face-off back to Peso. Gets blocked by Camlade right in his shin. Peso cleans it again. Big glove save from Flegg. 2:10 left in the penalty. Taking a slap shot to the shin from Mateo Peso is never a fun time, but Camlade took it like a champ and stays out there for the face-off. Goes into the near corner. Shelley picks it up, throws it around the back of his net. Cochran hunts it down. He's able to get out of the zone, but Snipers pick it off. They're able to regroup. They can't do it on time, though, and get called offside. Minute 59 left in the Graham penalty. 4:11 in the second period. Faceoff will come outside of into the neutral zone here. Harrington will line up against Camlade of the Aces. Faceoff gets into the zone. Cochran picks it up and gets it outside. Kerrigan is there. Gets pushed into the boards. Battle on the far boards there. Harrington comes away with it, gets it across the blue line, gets tipped away by Cochran. He can't clear it in time. Centering pass back to Peso. The shot gets blocked by Shelley, and it's into the far corner. Snipers pick it up behind the net. They're able to get it back up to Peso. Lots of time for Mateo Peso. Camlade with huge pressure gets it away from him. He regroups and gets it back across the blue line. Takes it in deep himself. Snipers in the near corner here. Up to McCluckey on the blue line. Back down to Peso. Just cycling it around. Minute 7 left in the penalty. Pass gets interrupted by Kerrigan. He throws it deep. 1 minute left in that 5-minute major. Zeng and Udovicic will come on to join Shelley and Cochran on this penalty kill. Snipers into the attacking zone again. Pad saved by Flegg. Tipped away, and Cochran comes away with it. He's going to take it himself through neutral zone. 41 seconds left in the penalty. Cochran gets a bit of a chance. Pad saved from the tender. Snipers come back the other way as Udovicic drags down the Sniper and can't get the puck. It's a 1-on-1 here now with Cindric. Cochran comes in to help. Cindric is pressuring the puck. Snipers still have it. Able to get it in deep near corner. Tipped away by Cochran behind his net. He slaps one around the boards. Can't get it all the way out of the zone. Back in deep. Cochran in his own corner. 8 seconds left. West is ready to drop out of the penalty box like a bat out of hell here. That's it for the 5-minute major. West is back on the ice in place of Graham. Cochran has it. He throws it deep off the skate of a Sniper. They're way offside. Zeng is able to get it and regroup. 2 minutes left in the second period. Still 2-0 Sniper. Zeng by himself across the blue line, through the middle, into traffic. What's a move? Big blocker save. Puck is loose behind the net. Udovicic finds it. Looking for somebody. He's got Betts looking for him. Zeng gets it behind the net, puts a little centering pass. Nobody can get a proper shot. Udovicic, he gets a shot. Loose puck in front, gets jumped on by the tender. 1:32 in the second period. There's a bit of a scuffle in front. Gets broken up quick. Dylan and O'Neill onto the ice to join Zeng. Betts and Cindric still out there. Shots have really leveled off. 24-18 for the Aces. They haven't been able to solve this tender in the second period. Zhang lines up for it. Puck goes into the near corner. Dylan is there. Betts comes down to help. Snipers come away with it. Cindric is all by himself. Shot long off the blocker into the near corner. Betts finds it. Gets it out. Dylan and Zhang trying to find the loose puck. O'Neill right in the mix. Everybody's looking for it. O'Neill comes away with it. Zhang gets laid out. No call. Puck is loose in the Snipers' end. They come away with it. They're able to get it out through center ice. Betts and Cindric are back. Snipers get called offside at 53 seconds left in the second period. Full change from the Aces. Millick, Helm, Camlade, Kerrigan, and Moore. Face off just outside the Aces zone. Camlade lines up for it. She's got Jack Moore to the right. Puck goes off the far boards and into the Snipers' end. Snipers come away with it through center ice. Helm is in front of it. Centering pass to nobody. Lots of traffic. Shot goes off the skate of Helm. Moore comes away with it, chips it ahead to Kerrigan. Kerrigan and Moore have a bit of a 2-on-1. It gets swatted away into the far corner. Snipers come away with it behind their own net right now. Onto the near boards in front of the Aces bench. Camlade pressuring. Helm and Millick are back to defend. Here come the Snipers. The shot gets deflected by Helm into the pads of flag. 14 seconds left in the period. Aces are going to do a full change. Shelley, Cochran, Zhang, West, and Udovicic. Zhang's going to line up for this one. Of Shelley to his right, everybody else to his left. Puck goes into the near boards. Peso chips it in deep for the Snipers. Udovicic comes away with it. Bobbles it a little bit, but Zhang picks it up. Zhang with a long shot into the glove right at the buzzer. For the Aces to record their 25th shot on net. So that Snipers tender goes into the third period carrying the shutout after two quick goals on power plays in the first period. Nobody has been able to solve either tender since. Arguably, the Snipers have had the better scoring chances. But the Aces have consistently increased their pressure as we've gone. So we'll start this third period the way we ended the second period with Zhang, Udovicic, and West on the front end. We'll have Shelley and Cochran on defense. Flag, of course, between the pipes. Snipers are going to come out with their McClucky line, which includes Hoff and Peso on the back end. Harrington sets up against Zhang. Puck goes into the far side. Neutral zone. Peso picks it up for the Snipers. Puts it ahead for Hall. Cochran gets a hold of it on the near boards into the corner here. Cochran's all over it. Two Snipers, though, battling him. Zhang has to come in to help. Cochran finds it against the boards behind the net. Zhang and Cochran both battling for it. Loose puck comes out to West. He gets it in front. Picked off by Snipers. Trying to get it out of the zone. That long reach of Peso again keeps it in deep. Aces throw it around their own boards in the near side here. Everybody battling on the side. Cochran decides to just take it out himself. Got Udovicic to his far right, looking for him. It's picked off by Harrington in the middle. Puck dribbles out in neutral zone, but it touched a few players on the bench as it went. So it'll get whistled down. Aces will switch it up a little bit. Dylan and O'Neill and Camlade are going to come out. Betts and Cindric will be on the back end. 14-10 in the third period. Still 2-0 Snipers. Hamlin lines up with it. Goes into the near boards where O'Neal was at, but snipers pick it up, go around their own net. Dylan's there to pressure on the far corner. Snipers on that far board. Dylan is trying to break it up. O'Neal gets a stick on it. Snipers still have it despite the pressure. Gets picked off by Cindric. Cindric puts a move. O'Neal somehow gets the puck. Dylan now with a shot. Just gets deflected left. Still out front. Cindric battles away at it. He gets 3 slots at it. And Cindric is able to put it in, finally solving the Snipers' 2-1 Snipers as the Aces try and battle back. 13:42 in the third period. Aces will switch up the line here as Helm and Millick come back out with Zhang, Kerrigan, and Moore. Zhang lines up where Moore to the far side of him. Kerrigan here near side. Puck goes far side. Snipers pick it up through the neutral zone. Across the blue line. Millick is in front of it. Ton of back checking from Zhang. Millick behind his own net to Helm. Helm looking for somebody ahead. Gets it to Kerrigan. He throws it in the middle for Jack Moore. Chasing it down. Snipers find it first. Moore with tons and tons of pressure. 13:20 in the third period. Here come the Snipers with 3-on-2. Millick and Helm are in front of it. Millick pushing it into the far corner there. Centering pass goes all the way through the crease. Near side here. Snipers throw it in deep again. Goes all the way around the back of the net. Sniper looked like he tripped on the net. It comes off its footings and we get whistled down. 13:02 the third period. 2-1 Snipers with a face-off. Aces will leave the same crew out there. Zhang will line up for it. He's got Kerrigan on his left, Moore on his right. Goes to Kerrigan on the near board. Battle for it in neutral ice. Snipers come away with it. Loose puck. Millick picks it up. Tries to push it ahead. Zhang battles and gets it across the blue line. Loose puck there. Moore chips it ahead to Zhang. Zhang has a chance. Moore now with a second chance. Goes near sideboard. Snipers pick it up through the neutral zone. Helm now gets the loose puck. He gets a long pass over to Moore for Zhang. Zhang across the blue line. Moore gets run into traffic and tripped up. Nobody's calling it. 12:25 in the third period. Helm is all by himself with 3-on-1 that has come together. Puck goes all the way into the corner. Helm just pushes it around the back of the net. Snipers with a chance. Big glove save from Flegg. Aces will change out. Camlade line comes back on. Shelley and Cochran on D. West and Udovicic out there. Puck gets behind the net. Here's Shelley in his near corner. Off the back of the skate of Camlade, stays in the attacking zone. Shelley has to track it down again, uses his own net up to Cochran. Cochran's got West just ahead of him, decides to keep it himself through the neutral zone. West helps out with a bit of a screen. Cochran pushes it in deep, trying to find the loose puck out front. Snipers with tons of traffic. 11:42 left in the third period. 2-1 Snipers. They went back with a 3-on-2. Gets pushed into the corner by Shelley. Behind the net, the Snipers still have it. Camlade chips it back over to Shelley. He has a minute, chips it up to Udovicic. Udovicic to West. West across the blue line, little 1-on-2. You got Camlade trailing. Camlade gets a stick on him, but can't get control. But there's Cochran. Cochran has a bit of a time. Gets a second. Gets poke checked away from it. 11:14 of the third period. Snipers were able to get it out of the zone completely. It goes deep into the near corner. O'Neal, Dylan, Cochran, Udovicic, and Shelley on the ice. O'Neal has it, throws it in deep. Shelley's trying to change out. Zhang gets on the ice. 10:55 in the third period. The Aces down by 1. Cluster behind the net. Dylan gets dragged down. The Snipers come away with it on the near board. Gets pushed up, but O'Neal's able to keep it in the zone. Backhands it over. O'Neal somehow gets it again. Gets a Little kind of shot off to the right of the net. Dylan picks it up. It gets thrown around that far board. Betts is in there. Spindrift picks off the pass, throws it off the chest to Penrose. And Penrose picks it up, able to get it into the center. Flag with a huge pad save, and then a secondary glove save. Betts comes away with it, throws it over to Zhang. Zhang can't clear it out of the zone. Back down deep into that far corner. Snipers gets picked off by Betts. He's able to put it up to O'Neill. He touches it around center ice, but they'll call it icing. Oh, they wave it off, right? So here are the Snipers on the far corner. 9:57 in the third period. They still lead by one. O'Neill skipping away out of the center ice. Kerrigan comes away with it. Way offside with Zhang. Gets called at 9:49, third period. Hamlade is going to come on to relieve Zhang with Moore and Kerrigan, Cindric and Betts. Hamlade lines up for a Kerrigan on her left. Puck goes into the near side in front of the Snipers bench. O'Day of the Snipers comes away with it. Bobbles back and forth. Kerrigan puts some pressure on it. Hamlade's right there. Gets it chipped up to Kerrigan. He tries to get a shot off. Goes wide right. 9:33 in the third period. Loose puck in front. O'Day comes away with it. O'Day up off the far boards. Jack Moore's able to get a stick on it. Now Betts. Betts puts a move, leaves it for Moore into the glove of the tender at 9:19. Aces get their 30th shot on net. Still can't, have only been able to solve it once. Millick and Helm are going to come in to relieve Cindric and Betts and leave the front three there. Kerrigan, Moore, and Hamlade to try and create some offense. Puck goes into that far corner in the long reach with Mateo Peso, throws it all the way around with speed. Gets past Helm. He has to chase it all the way down into his own zone. He's going to use his own net to try and create some space. Moore picks up the loose puck on the far board over to Kerrigan. Kerrigan across the blue line. Gets pushed far wide right. Tail picks it up. Loose puck. Helm throws it in deep. Peso for the Snipers picks it up in his own zone. Moore was pressuring, so they come with speed across the blue line. It's picked up by Millick. Zhang is back in here for Hamlade. West is on his flank as well. Millick pushes Peso into the boards, and Zhang picks up the loose puck. Got Moore directly ahead of him. Moore chips it ahead for Zhang. They chip it back and forth to each other. Moore's got a chance. Centering pass gets deflected away. West gets another shot that gets blocked. Cochran and Shelley have come in for Millick and Helm on the D side. It gets pushed out into neutral ice. 8:05 left in the third period. Shelley over to Cochran, right in front of his own boards. Back and forth in the neutral zone. Loose puck. There's Shelley. He's got Zhang ahead of him. Zhang has a bit of space here. Zhang with a shot gets blocked. Picked up by Udovicic. He puts it in. The loose puck off the block shot from Zhang. Udovicic picks it up and solves the Sniper tender down low. Looked like it got 5-hole on it at 7:49 of the third period. The Aces have tied this game up. Harrington's going to line up for the Snipers against Zhang. As we're back to an all-even game. Shots are 32-24 for the Aces as they've battled back in this game from the early two goals. Face-off all the way back to Shelley. Shelley over to Cochran. A lot of pressure from the Snipers. Can't clear it. And he gets back down into that near corner around the back of the net. Shelley goes to find it. Sniper falls down along the boards on top of the puck. Udovicic chips it back behind him, but nobody was there. Sniper picks it up. Zhang and the Sniper fall down on each other. It wasn't really a penalty. It was just kind of unfortunate. Udovicic is able to backhand it out of the zone. Snipers get it, but now it's loose, and Cochran is able to pick it up in that far board. Throws a centering pass. Just gets picked off. Loose in front. Nobody has a good chance at it. 7:05 left in the third period. Zhang gets laid out. Centering pass again. Udovicic can't get a clean shot on it. West is battling on those boards. Puck gets out into the neutral zone. Cochran has to find it. He gets dragged down. Harrington. The regular season teammates. Harrington's able to get ahead of Cochran and solve flag on the glove side for the Snipers to make it 3-2. A full change from the Aces after the goal. Dylan O'Neill flanking Cam Lade with Betts and Cindric back there. Snipers back on the pressure here. Shot from McPhail gets tipped by Cindric into the glove of Flag and reset this again, 6:35 of the third period. Just to the left of Flag where we'll set up. Cam Lade will line up against Penrose. Puck goes into the near corner. Cindric's all over it. Trying to get it out up ahead to O'Neill. Decides to take it himself. Cindric centering pass through center ice. Dylan picks it up. Everybody's on side. That's fighting through traffic. Gets tipped away. O'Neill finds it. Centering pass. Nobody's there to throw it in other than Snipers. And they come through the neutral zone. Hamlade and Cindric all over it. Cindric throws Penrose down. Loose puck in front of the bench. Everybody's trying to find it. Kind of back and forth. He ends up going offside. 6 minutes even left in the third period. Snipers up 3-2. Aces will change out. McPhail of the Snipers ends up with the only penalty there. So the Aces will go on the power play. Power play unit is going to be Zhang, Kerrigan, Moore, Helm, and Milik. Zhang's going to take the face-off. He'll have Helm to his left, Kerrigan on the right. Face-off goes back to Milik. Milik whiffs on the pass initially, and Harrington's able, Fitzpatrick is able to get past him. And it's all Fitzpatrick and Flag. It's into the glove of Flag. Huge save for the Aces. 5:49 in the third period. Flag saves the Aces bacon on that one. Cochran will change in. The two big Wolves D-men, Cochran and Helm, on the back end. The faceoff goes to Helm. Helm looking ahead. He's got more. Moore chips it ahead to Zhang. Puck just kind of goes into the penalty box. 5:36 of the third period. 1:36 left in the power play. Helm, Cochran, Kerrigan, Moore, and Zhang on this power play. Zhang lines up for it. Moore to his right. Kerrigan here in the purple helmet closest to us. And the two big Wolves defenders, Helm and Cochran. Faceoff goes back to Cochran. Over to Helm. Goes through his legs. He picks it up on the far boards and chips it ahead to Moore. They're across the blue line. Kerrigan going for the puck into the center. Snipers able to get it behind their own net. And will they clear it? Yes, they get it off the pad. 5:19 in the third period. Cochran has to go the full distance of the ice to pick it up. Got to use his net a couple of times to create some space. Here comes Cochran. He's going to do it himself across the blue line. Pushing it in deep. Got space right in the middle. Gets deflected. Helm has to go all the way back to center ice to find it. Gets Zhang on a hard pass. Zhang then has to circle back as well. He gets laid out at center ice. They'll have an immediate penalty called. 4:47 of the third period. There's 47 seconds left in the penalty to McPhail. Jones now goes out for 2 minutes as well. The Aces have decided to take a timeout to talk about this as they're going to get 47 seconds at 5-on-3. So this 5-on-3, the Aces are going to go with Zhang, Dylan, Moore, Cochran, and Cindric. The Snipers lining up for this. 4:47. Snipers are up 3-2. They have to fight off a 5-on-3 for the Aces. They're able to clear it out initially off that faceoff. Puck goes all the way back to Flag. Pushes it ahead for Cochran. Cochran uses the back of his own net. They're going to go with speed. Cochran's going to take it himself. Pushes it ahead. He gets tipped into the boards. He dumps it deep around the back of the net. Dylan chasing. Dylan gets pushed into the boards. There's a loop puck that Zhang picks up. Zhang with a bit of a move. Centering pass to Moore. The shot goes just wide. Dylan with a shot. Zhang with a shot. Another rebound. Jack Moore with a shot. Zhang to Moore. 4:10 of the third period. This is once again a tie game. The penalty to McPhail is over. The Aces are still on the power play as Jones remains in the box for another minute 23. The line will not change. The scoring line will stay out there. Zhang takes the faceoff, goes back to Mateo Peso. Moore tries to pressure it. He throws it up, gets it all the way back to Cindric. Cindric with some time, throws it across ice to Zhang. Zhang across the blue line himself. He's looking for Moore. It gets chipped up past him. Cochran finds it deep in his own zone. Cochran creates some space, throws it back to Jack Moore. Moore across the blue line. He gets tipped away from him. The long arm of Mateo Peso yet again. Peso trying to just chew up some time, takes it in deep into that corner. Gets tipped away by Cochran, the regular season teammate. Peso manages to get a shot on net out of it. Cindric picks it up, throws it for Zhang. Zhang now, bit of a move. Comes through center ice himself. 35 seconds left on the penalty to Jones. Zhang with a move himself. The shot, glove saved by the tender. 3:18 left in the third period. All three. Snipers were able to clear it deep. 25 seconds left on the power play. Cindric finds it. Same line remains out there for the Aces. Long pass to Zhang into neutral ice. Zhang back to Cindric. Cindric with a bit of a move to go right down the middle. Moves the drop pass for Dylan. He throws it over to Moore. Moore with a shot. Pad save. Cindric. Shot goes off the side of the net. 3 seconds left in the penalty. The Snipers are able to clear it. Jones is back on the ice for at full strength. Cochran deep in his own zone with pressure behind him. Uses the net's bit of a spin move. He's got 2 Snipers on him. Cindric comes down into the near corner to find the puck. Throws it across ice. It gets through traffic over to Zhang, but he can't hold on to it. Dylan with a drop pass gets picked off. O'Neill and Zhang now with a chance. Puck just gets tipped, and the puck goes to the left. Snipers were able to get it out of their own zone ahead to Harrington. Cochran's all over it with Cindric. Cindric behind his own net. Sorry, Shelley has in for Cindric. Bit of a sketchy one in front there. Shot gets blocked by Shelley. Cochran's able to pick it up. Cochran, amazing. His legs are still working. He's been out there a while. The little drop play. Great glove save from the Snipers tender at 1:54 of the third period. Betts is going to come in to relieve Cochran. Camlade and West and O'Neill are up front. Betts and Shelley behind. Up to 36-27 for the Aces. Trying to break this tie late in the third period. Camlade throws the face-off over to the far corner. Peso's there. He throws it all the way around. Comes out into neutral ice. The full distance of the ice. It's going to go into the far corner there. Shelley finds it without it being icing. Betts can't chip it up. Back to Peso at the blue line. O'Neill's pressuring Peso, puts it up high on the glass. Betts finds the puck. Looking ahead for O'Neill. O'Neill chips it ahead. There's nobody there to take it out of the zone. It gets thrown back down to that near corner. Betts again will try and clear it out of the zone. Long pass ahead to West. West now gets pushed into the far boards, manages to get around, creates some space for O'Neal. It's tipped by Peso. Loose puck in front. O'Neal with a shot high over the blocker at 1:07 of the third period. O'Neal is able to solve the tender on the 37th shot from the Aces. And the Aces have their first lead of the game with 1:07 left in it. Zhang, Udovicic, and Carrigan will come out with Helm and Cochran to try and close this last 1 minute and 7 seconds of the game out. Zhang with the faceoff goes back to Udovicic, pushes it to Helm. Helm looks ahead to Zhang. Zhang chips it back behind him into traffic. Udovicic dumps it deep in behind the Sniper's net. 55 seconds to play. Off throws it behind his net again. Penrose is there, but Zhang picks it up and is trying to crush some time through. Carrigan and Zhang just pushing it up against the boards. 42 seconds in the third period. Helm and Cochran have to release on the 3-on-2. Helm's keeping it in front of him. Shot is long into the glove of Flag. At 34 seconds, we'll have a face-off set up left of Flag. Moore, Dillon, and O'Neal come in. Just Moore and O'Neal to join Zhang, Helm, and Cochran, trying to close out the last 34 seconds of the game and maintain the 4-3 lead that they've only had for a half a minute. But the timeout, Aces make a bit of a change. Shelley and Cochran, Zhang, Moore, and Camlade. Don't see Zhang, Moore, and Camlade playing together up front much. This might be the first time in the tournament. That's a lot of firepower up front. Shelley and Cochran, big D-men out back. 34.1 seconds to play in the third period. Aces up 4-3. Zhang at the faceoff. Goes in front. Quick shot into traffic. Total mess. Everybody's trying to get a handle on it. Flag jumps on it. The loose puck still gets whistled down. The ref is throwing Camlade out of the game. Oh no, just giving her 2 for roughing. Okay, so the Aces are on the penalty kill now for 24.7 seconds. Cochran gets it off the faceoff, is able to put it off the glass, but it goes out and over the glass. There's 18 seconds left in the game. Snipers have told their goalie to have 6 on the ice. Luke Harrington's going to come in and change out for somebody. Snipers will send Penrose to face Zhang on the faceoff. Loose puck off to the far corner. Moore trying to pressure. It's picked off by Cochran. Moore's able to get it out of the zone. Is it on net? Not quite. 5 seconds left in the game. Peso throws a long pass that gets tipped. Penrose with the final shot. The Aces were able to hold on. They only had the lead for 1 minute and 7 seconds in this game, and they tried to give it away at the end with a late penalty. They managed to win. Shots at 37-28 in favor of the Aces. They win 4-3, and we will play again at 1:30 this afternoon against the currently undefeated AOA team.